Have you ever doubted yourself, thinking, I'm not talented enough, or only special people succeed? Many of us fall into this trap, believing that greatness is reserved for the gifted. But what if I told you that success isn't about talent? It's about persistence, effort, and self-belief. Today, I'll share a powerful story about Karan, a young boy who transformed his life through hard work and determination. We'll also explore how Buddhist teachings and real-life examples prove that anyone can achieve anything if they commit to the journey. In a small town, there lived a boy named Karan. He was kind-hearted and hardworking, yet he lacked confidence in himself. Karan had a deep love for playing the piano, but he believed that true musicians were born with talent, something he thought he lacked. Whenever he watched great pianists perform on television, admiration filled his heart, but so did self-doubt. He convinced himself, they are born talented. I will never be that good. Despite encouragement from his parents and teachers, Karan remained stuck in this limiting belief. Then, one day, an announcement shook the entire town. A grand music competition was coming, attracting the most talented young musicians. His best friend, Ramesh, urged him to join. Karan, you should participate. You play beautifully. But Karan shook his head. That evening, his grandfather, a wise and experienced man, saw Karan's sadness and asked what was wrong. With a sigh, Karan admitted, Grandpa, I love playing the piano, but I'm not talented enough. I'm just wasting my time. The old man smiled knowingly and said, let me tell you a story that will change how you think. Long ago, in a small village, there lived a blacksmith named Raghav. He wasn't the strongest man, nor was he the fastest worker. But he had one dream, to create the finest sword ever made. The other blacksmiths laughed at him. You're not skilled enough. You will never succeed. But Raghav refused to listen. Every day, he woke up early and worked tirelessly at his craft. At first, his swords were weak, breaking easily. But he didn't give up. He studied the best techniques, experimented with different metals, and practiced day and night. Years passed. His hands became calloused, but his skills sharpened. Then, the king announced a competition to find the best sword maker in the kingdom. Despite being underestimated, Raghav participated. To everyone's shock and amazement, he won. The king was so impressed that he made Raghav the royal swordsmith, a position of great honor. Grandfather looked at Karan and asked, Do you see my child? Raghav wasn't born with talent. He created it through effort, practice, and persistence. You can do the same. For the first time, Karan realized the truth. Success does not depend on talent alone. It depends on effort and belief. The next morning, he made a decision. He would practice every day. He would push through struggles. He would not give up. At first, he struggled. His fingers stumbled over the keys. He made mistakes. Frustration filled him. Maybe I'll never be good enough, he thought. But then, he remembered Raghav's story. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Slowly, his fingers moved more smoothly. His music started to sound beautiful. His confidence grew. The day of the competition arrived. Karan stood backstage, watching the other participants perform beautifully. For a moment, fear crept in. What if I fail? Then, he reminded himself, I have worked hard. I will do my best. Taking a deep breath, Karan stepped onto the stage. His fingers danced over the piano keys. His melody filled the hall with beauty and emotion. When he finished, there was silence, and then thunderous applause. Later, the results were announced. Karan won second place. But more importantly, he won something far greater, self-belief. From that day on, he never doubted himself again. Karan's journey reflects a powerful Buddhist truth. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. The Buddha. In Buddhism, talent and success are not gifts. They're the result of effort and discipline.